Meet Boonja-yu, a 64-year-old Korean-American matriarch. As the most central figure in her large, successful, and close-knit family, Boonja-yu has been a stabilizing influence, not only for her relatives, but for her community as well. First, as a nurse. Second, as a community service organizer. Third, as a businesswoman. Her efforts have culminated in this family reunion, a dream she has had for many years. November 22nd, 1968. Young Korean nurse, Boonja. It was the year of hope. The year Northwest Airlines would bring her to a new land, a new strange culture, a country much younger than the one before. It was to be her home, where she and her young husband, Joel Lee, would have their first taste of American life. In 1956, a graduate of Daejeon University School of Nursing, she worked at the Severance Hospital in Seoul, South Korea. Boonja-yu earned a reputation as a skilled director while chief of the Korean Service Corps U.S. Army Hospital. In 1960, while still working as a nurse, she graduated from the Daksung School of Literature. In 1968, she became a chief administrator of the Korean Red Cross. Upon entering the United States in 1968, she quickly earned her RN registered nurse certificate and proceeded to work at Dallas Parkland Memorial Hospital. In 1970, barely a year after arriving in Texas, they departed for the broad, fertile stretches of Orange County, California. Strawberry fields, citrus orchards, and Disneyland. Upon arriving in Southern California, she worked her magic again. She created the Korean Nurses Association of Southern California and the Korean American Nurses Association. Boonja was president of the Korean American Nurses Association. At that time, with Chicago, New York, Southern California, and Dallas, she compiled the World Nurses Information Handbook, which contains information on 5,000 nurses in her association. She also founded a Korean American nurses newspaper and a nurses newsletter to assist the neophytes of healthcare and to help them settle down in the U.S. At one point, over 30 young Korean women aspiring to be nurses had just flown in from the motherland and were all staying in her house at the same time. Can you imagine her utility bills? How relieved she must have been when they all found employment in their own places to stay.
병원도 직장도 이렇게 알선해 주시느라고 애쓰시고 제가 또 그때 좀 아프고 힘든 때가 있었는데 저를 이제 집으로 데리고 가서 정말 제 생각에 한 며칠은 더 될 것 같아요. 그 오랫동안 댁에서 신세도 지고 참 저에게 잘해주셨고 그런 모든 은혜를 제가 잊지 못하고 있습니다.
Despite her brilliant personal history, she is not a woman of ego. She is not one to seek praise. When someone does offer the admiration she deserves, she may tell them, "If you find it makes you so happy to see people doing good things, then go out and do good things." Many nurses from the early years relate inspiring tales of their time with their mentor, Boonja. I guess we should not be very surprised that she does not remember many of these incidents. There were too many to remember them all. Boonja's service to the community did not end with nurses. She was troubled to see family life in her community disrupted by divorce, alcoholism, and spousal abuse. She became a valued and often sought counselor, serving as president of the L.A. Family Law Counselors in 1984. She opened the Orange County Family Law Counseling Center. Boonja spent countless hours in the community, counseling families on the brink of divorce and providing shelter and protection to battered women. Her organization sometimes found itself in debt, but kept it open and viable by holding one-day fundraising events at her restaurant. She always emphasized prevention rather than cure, that it was far more practical to correct problems than to try to patch up a relationship plagued with distrust, abuse, and betrayal.
It is the party! Yeah, it's a good party!
On July 11th of 1988, the Global Children's Foundation was founded in Washington to feed undernourished and starving children. The members consist mostly of mothers. South Korea's First Lady Hee-ho Lee, South Korean Congresswoman Young-suk Park are active supporters of this organization. They emphasize the mother's role in the family, the country, and the world.
그 어린아이들이 한참 먹어야 될 때 못 먹는다는 거 그게 어떻게 마음이 아픈지
나는 정말 전 미주를 통해서 그 어머니로서는 누구든지 다 자격이 되는 사람은 참석할 수 있는 그렇게
Boon Ja-yu is a charter member of this group. She brought many of these mothers into the Global Children's Foundation from other groups she's worked with. She's inspired many of the women that belong to counseling or nursing organizations to join the Global Children's Foundation. They have formed a benevolent chain of life.
유 회장님이 굉장히 바쁘신 그 비즈니스맨이 우면이신데도 얼마나 시간을 내서 전화상으로다가 이 나라 사랑 어머니의 그 취지를 말씀을 해주셔갖고 그러면서 또 거기 저가 이제 그 설명을 들어도 굉장히 감동을 받았는데 바로 팩스로다가
여기 지금 나라 사랑 어머님회는 회장님으로 계시는 그 유분자 선생님을 통해서 알게 됐어요. 또 유분자 선생님은 제가 인볼브하고 있는 남가주 간호협회를 통해서 또 그분을 또 오래전부터 알게 됐고요.
패스트푸드의 천국 미국에서 수많은 업체와 어깨를 겨루는 비지비. 이 비지비를 26년간 억척스럽게 일궈온 여장부 유분자씨. 오늘 그녀와 만납니다.
네, 우리의 전통 음식을 패스트푸드로 만드는 데 성공했습니다. 우리의 입맛을 전파하고 있는 비지비의 유분자 사장 모시겠습니다. 어떻게 이런 사업을?
중국 음식이나 그 일본 음식은 많은데
네.
우리 그 한국 음식은 없어요. 그런데 한국 음식 중에도 갈비, 불고기, 김치,
네.
특별히 그 88 올림픽에
네네.
우리 한국 음식으로서 불고기, 갈비 이걸 가지고 패스트푸드 이렇게 세계화하면은
네.
자신 있게 성공할 것 같아서 시작을 했습니다.
그게 계기가 됐고.
There's another side to Boon Ja, a side where we have seen her succeed as a shrewd and brilliant businesswoman. For 28 years, she has used her keen understanding of the culinary arts to build a clean and efficient string of buffet-style franchise restaurants, which range throughout Orange County, and soon will expand into Los Angeles.
I told her it's very tasty compared to some fast food. It doesn't have any taste. This one has a lot of taste.
I like it hot and spicy. Yeah, it's very good. I've had it here several times.
Every week, I like to eat the ribs, barbecue ribs, very delicious, very tasty good.
I just bought this delicious food from Busy Bees. It's the best place to buy Korean food.
Ken? W? Come to the window, please.
The first Busy Bee opened in July 1973 in Buena Park, and it has continued to expand with others owned by sons, daughters, and trusted family friends. She has supervised them closely to assure high-quality control.
손님한테 친절해야 되고 첫째도 왕 손님이고
굉장히 직원들과도 가족적인 분위기를 잘 이뤄나가고 있어요.
Friends wondered at first why she set up the restaurant, but at the time there were few venues to cater to the tastes of the Asian population where she lived and to the non-Asians that sought a greater, healthier variety of foods. Japanese and Chinese food was achieving a degree of prominence in restaurants, but Korean food had not yet taken a foothold in the market. Confronted with the task of popularizing Korean food, Boon Ja worked with what she knew. Confident in the use of traditional Korean sauces, Boon Ja developed a unique and creative system of spicy condiments called gochujang, which incorporates elements of American fast food culture. B's opened, patrons discovered they liked her food, and word of the new chain spread like a whisper through the ground. One day there was no such thing as a Busy Bee, and one day, quietly and without fanfare, there was. And so people came, again and again, even in less prosperous times. And Busy Bee continued its benevolent encroachment in the fast food arena.
It's cool. I like it very much. It's for me, number one.
Busy Bee food is very wonderful. People are friendly and the service is excellent. And we like Pepsi with our food because we gotta have it.
What about you?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so delicious. It's good. The teriyaki chicken is excellent. Excellent. Very good. I love the rice. It's very good. Yeah, you should come and try it because it's really good.
This place is bomb right here, man. Busy Bee. Bomb.
Busy Bee. Oh, Busy Bee? This is an excellent food that I like, especially Korean barbecue.
This is what I like at Bumblebee. I like the sushi. I like the California rolls, they call them.
The franchises began in 1989, and with it a factory in Anaheim to produce her popular line of about a dozen sauces, which are disseminated not only to Busy Bee restaurants, but also major supermarkets. Wajah Yu, Bunja's older sister, is a pivotal member of the Busy Bee corporate family. With her keen sense of taste and smell, Wajah imparts her own Midas touch. She has been instrumental in expanding and fine-tuning the product line. All those who know them know that Bunja and Wajah are inseparable. They are each other's closest friends.
창업이 잘 되니까 너무 재밌어요. 미원을 쓰지 않고 순수한 재료만 가지고 한국의 고추장, 고춧가루, 마늘 이런 거 만나서 우리가 이 소스를 만드는 것이 가장 건강식품에.
She doesn't use MSG, Ajinomoto, so that's really good because I'm allergic to it, so it's really good.
한 가지 개발해서 내놓으면 손님들이 그 소스로 만든 음식을 좋아할 때마다 너무 기뻤습니다.
The Busy Bee restaurant in Santa Ana's Orange Mall is owned by Walser Park and her husband, Won Soo-young. Walser is Bunja's niece and the daughter of Bunja's oldest sister, Chung Ja-yu.
저희들이 비즈니스 오픈한 지가 거의 14년 됐거든요. 근데 처음에 이제 오픈할 때부터 지금까지 음으로 양으로 많이 도와주셨죠.
Soon after settling in Southern California, Bunja began to invite family members here, sometimes as individuals, but sometimes in groups. On one occasion, there were 14 family members on one flight from Korea.
세 가정이 왔죠, 우리가. 제 작은 누님이 한국에 와가지고 집을 오면서 제일 큰 누님 한 분하고 또 우리 가정.
Over the years, Bunja helped many immigrants come here. Friends, relatives, and about 100 nurses.
다 이렇게 초청해서 좋고 또 뭐도 참 애들 이제 뭐도 장성하고 하니까
우리 신우님이 초청해서 5시 왔어요.
장모님이 고생을 많이 하셨죠. 그리고 또 저희들 많은 식구들을 자리 잡기 위해서 참 비즈니스를 하면서 많은 어려움을 겪었고.
Bunja's life is so hectic. It would be enough to keep 3 normal people busy. She is now 64, but she still works like the Busy Bee that is her business's mascot. Bunja has had another quiet dream for years now, to see her entire family, all 87 members in the same place together. That was the number of kinfolk she counted last year. Assembling them all would not be easy. Some of them worked demanding schedules. Some had not met in more than half a century. Some had never met before, especially the youngest generation.
이제 크리스마스 날 멀리 흩어져 있던 식구들이 다 같이 만나는 패밀리 리유니언이 있거든요.
이민사에 사는 저희들에게 뿌리 의식을 주는 것이고.
One day, the date for the family reunion was set. She circled the date on the calendar and found herself excited as a child awaiting Christmas. Bunja sent invitations to all family members here in the U.S.
Life is made of links that are joined together. When all these links are joined, they form a circle. We counted all night to arrive at 87 members of our family tree living in the United States. It is very important to discuss our past and to share the future of our family for the coming millennium.
It is the last Christmas of the millennium, and the entire city is alive and in a party mood. But with the Yus and Lees, it is noticeably different. They've traveled great distances: Seattle, Philadelphia, San Jose, and San Francisco. By 6 p.m., they're together in the meeting hall. Suddenly, we see someone giving an excited hug. Two cousins, perhaps? Cousins that have not seen each other for decades? Children change so much. There are many that are unsure of who they are looking at. The greetings are loud, happy, and punctuated with excited giggles.
이게 다 우리 가족이 모인 거에 대해서 너무너무 좋고 감사하고 그래요.
우리 이렇게 주최해 주시는 우리 고모님한테 너무 감사드리고요.
The MC is Soo-young Cho, a member of the extended family. The opening ceremony is presented by the oldest sister, Chung Ja-yu. Then Bunja takes the microphone, addressing the audience in Korean and stating the purpose and intent of the meeting. It is a reunion, both profound and exciting. Some of these people have seen each other for the first time, and having met each other, some are sadly never to see each other again. Her daughter Carol translates her greeting in English.
I'm up here just to share some thoughts with you about why we're here today. We're all gathered here together from all over the place. Starting out the new millennium with knowing our family roots is a great way to start.
Young Gil Chung, a Presbyterian minister, delivers a prayer to the gathering and lectures about the family tree. He emphasizes the importance of the family tree, including ancestors. He says that the reunion would please the Yu ancestors.
알렉스 헤일리가 자기의 루트를 찾아, 즉 자기의 뿌리를 찾아서 아프리카를.
Many of Bunja's oldest, closest friends come to this meeting. They're nearly as important to her as her family.
16, 17살 때 썼던 친구입니다.
I love America. I love God.
또 우리 한국 사회를 위해서, 이 커뮤니티를 위해서 정말 파이오니어 역할을 한 분이에요.
I love California. I love family.
이렇게 오랜 친구로 샌프란시스코에 사는데 정말 가족의 이름으로 이렇게.
We love everybody.
아마 우리 커뮤니티에서는 처음 있는 역사적인 이벤트라고 봅니다.
Thank you this opportunity. My smile to extend to all the Yu family. Let's go, young people. Our opportunities are waiting. Let's go and let's go.
아이고 딸 많이 났다.
Next comes time to photograph the individual families. The first root, the oldest root, is Chung Ja-yu and her family. Then, by order of the next oldest, the family of Nyong Ril-yu, who is deceased. Waja and her family. So-ja-yu and her family.
셋째인데 큰아들은 북경에 있고 우리 딸내미는 남미 파라과이가 있고 둘째 아들은 포드랜드에 있고 우리 남편은 지금 독감으로 3주 동안 아파서 못 나오고 나 혼자 나왔습니다. 전부 합계 15명. 화이팅!
And then Bunja-yu and her son George and daughter Carol and her grandchildren. Following Bunja and her younger brothers, Sun Yu and Su-ok and their families. Next in the proceedings is a large graphic at the Yu family tree. large, colorful, and adorned with the various names of the Yu family members. Some names are in Korean or Hangul. Some are in English, and others are written bilingually. It includes nearly 100 names. The videographer of the event takes several pictures of children that find it important to put their names on the chart in both languages, especially third and fourth generations. It is a profound experience for all. Now is the time for the banquet. The food is delicious and aesthetically presented in silver dishes with bright garnishes and displays. It is plentiful. No one is going hungry here. Bunja's granddaughter, Yunhwa Choi, performs a piano recital without a trace of insecurity. She is quite comfortable. Silent Night now on his beautiful brass instrument, appropriate for a Christmas gathering.
The best night of a Yu family tonight. Let's celebrate Silent Night. Let's go.
Following this Christmas tune, all of the grandchildren give a performance on stage, thanking the older generations for their bountiful lives.
All the grandparents coming here to America in the first place, I think we realized that Christ was in all of our lives and just from the beginning. And the song, the name of it is "We Will Stand."
Once a year, you see people we haven't seen for the first time. We didn't know we were the family. That's good.
Now I see that there's so many people in our family. I knew there was a lot, but I didn't know it was this many.
I think it was great because I met a lot of my family members, and I didn't know I had a lot.
죽도록 사랑하면서 두 번 다시 만나지 못해 보고 싶단 말도 한마디 전하지 못한 채 떠나가버린 널 못해 난 일시자로 눈물이 흐르고
We now see a karaoke performance by Bunja's son, George, and his son and daughter. They enjoy singing together. Grandmothers now sing a traditional Korean tune, "Come Back to Busan Dock." Their smiles tell us of happiness and nostalgia. The most popular event of the evening was a hilarious gift exchange. After drawing a number in the fashion of a lottery, the winner either gets a wrapped gift or they get to steal a gift that has already been won by a previous winner. The most popular gifts are then won several times, being passed around several times. Little stacks of money, boombox radios, those are the most popular. It's very funny and chaotic.
2194
Waja Yu's son, Youngchon Park, wins the best prize, a TV set. They live in Seattle.
이무희 수고의 전 가족의 마음을
이 패에 담아 감사의 뜻을 전합니다. 1999년 12월 25일 가족 일병들이
All the family members prepare a medal for Bunja-yu, a medal engraved in Korean. It says, "Thank you so much for preparing this meeting." It's time to return to the past now. Suok-yu has prepared a family gallery of still photos on a video projector. It is a family tree in pictures, I guess you could say. It makes some recall events long forgotten. There are tears and laughter. At the end of the event, everyone forms a huge family portrait, a picture to be cherished for generations.
자, 한 번만 더요. 자, 전부 다 높이 손 드시고요. 스마일 하시고 크게요.
The Korean Central Daily newspaper published an interesting article about this event. The story headline read, "Third Generation Reunion of 87 Family Members." They came from all over the country. It was the first such reunion in about 35 years. A few days later, Bunja-yu sent all the family members photos and videos of the event. Plans are already being made for the next reunion. Family is everything to this loving matriarch, and the event has much meaning for her. On this day, Bunja-yu is a woman at peace.